I have seen planes leveled, and all life rendered to dust. It brought no pleasure, even to a heart as dark as mine. Sorin Markov, flavor text of Day of Judgment. For as long as mankind has existed, it has dreamed of life everlasting. Immortality is something desired by all who fear death, regardless of their place in the multiverse. Thousands of years ago, on the dark world of Innistrad, an aging alchemist by the name of Edgar Markov was experimenting, searching for a way to achieve eternal life. A harsh famine had gripped the land. Disease and starvation had spread, and each day, death grew closer for the withered Markov. He turned to darker and more depraved experiments, such as dealing with blood. After many failed attempts at ending the famine, Edgar Markov would turn, in desperation, to dealing with the abominable. He would enter into a pact with the demon Shilgengar, and together they created a formula, one that would transform men into immortals. The concoction they wished to create required a deed of unimaginable evil. Markov would trap a living angel within the confines of his laboratory and drain her of all her divine blood. With this key ingredient, Edgar Markov was able to turn himself into the first of Innistrad's vampires, creating a new race of immortals that fed on the blood of their victims. Elated at having finally achieved his greatest dream, Edgar would share his gift of immortality with his only grandson, the young Sorin. However, the transformation from mortal to vampire was traumatic, enough so that it ignited Sorin's latent spark. He ascended as a godlike planeswalker and would depart from Innistrad. Sometime after Sorin's departure, Edgar Markov deemed it appropriate to share his gift with others, to create great vampire houses that would stand the test of time. Markov would conduct a dark ritual involving 11 others in which he created the 12 vampire bloodlines of Innistrad. Each of these bloodlines was particularly proficient with a different vampiric power, such as suggestion or transformation. These vampiric lineages spread far and wide across the world of Innistrad, each one growing the influence of the fledgling race further. 4 of these bloodlines stood out from the others, noble houses even among the peerless vampires, and their progenitors would reign as vampire lords for the rest of their eternal lives. Runo Stormkirk was the progenitor of the Stormkirk family, which resided in Nephalia. A famous falconer would become the scion of the Falkenrath line in Stensia. The Voldaren line was also located in Stensia, ruled over by its matriarch, Olivia Voldaren. And Edgar Markov took seat as the Lord of the Markov line. While each of the other lords ruled over their vampire bloodlines, each of them owed fealty to their creator, Edgar. From his manor near Gavany, Markov effectively ruled as the king of all vampires on Innistrad. The famines of old were gone. The new vampire race hungered not for crop or cattle, instead sated by the blood of mankind. Markov's transformation had worked, and starvation in his people was all but eradicated. And so, each day, more vampires came into existence, their numbers slowly but surely culling the human populace of Innistrad. Soon enough, all of mankind would be brought to extinction, eradicated to sate the bloodthirst of the vampires. It was this grim eventuality that Sorin Markov, recently returned, wished to prevent. Sorin witnessed the unchecked growth of the vampire race and knew that they were on a path to extinction. To keep this from coming to pass, Sorin poured all of his energy into the creation of a guardian, one who would not only protect humanity, but empower them to protect themselves. He created a divine angel, one more powerful than any other being on Innistrad. 1,000 years before the events of the Mending, Sorin Markov would create the Archangel Avacyn. In doing so, he ensured the long-term survival of mankind and, by extension, ensured that the vampires of Innistrad would always have a food supply. Though Sorin had single-handedly prevented their extinction, all the vampires of Innistrad saw was his angelic creation standing in the way of their bloodthirst. Edgar Markov, for his part, was outraged at Sorin for the birth of Avacyn and the creation of her church. He didn't see Sorin's creation maintaining the balance of Innistrad. He saw Sorin repay the gift of immortality with treachery. And so, Edgar banished his grandson from the Markov estate, never to return again. 1,000 years later, after the release of Avacyn from within the Hell Vault, Markov Manor would come under attack from the core Planeswalker Nahiri. Nahiri, also known as the Lithomancer, sought revenge against Sorin for his act of shirking his duties and sealing her within the Hell Vault. Previously seeing him as a friend, Nahiri took his actions as a deep betrayal, and she wished to harm him in any way possible. Nahiri brought chaos to Markov Manor, destroying the estate and imprisoning many of its vampiric residents in stone. Whether or not Edgar himself survived Nahiri's wrath is unknown, since that will be a story for another time. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or sharing this video with your friends. If you're subscribed to my channel and click the notification bell, you'll be alerted whenever I upload new videos. Finally, if you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like me to cover, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Thanks again, and have a great day.